Garbers. I think you guys know the routine. So in the chat, if you could just let me know you'd like to ask a question and we'll get started. We'll go ahead and get started with Jim McGill from Bear Insider.
Hey, Chase, happy Halloween. I got a couple questions for you. So what are a couple of the main differences that you see in the offense this year under Coach Musgrave versus Coach Baldwin without getting too technical?
Yeah, I mean, well, formation going on, mixing around personnel as well. You know, the way we use different people in certain formations is definitely different from last year. And, you know, without giving away any secrets, you know, we like what we're doing on offense. And, you know, we just can't wait till a week from today.
Devontae Monster's been getting some good comments from the coaches. What are your observations about how he's been performing in fall?
He's done a great job. You know, Devon's always done a great job here at Cal. And, you know, the way he's kind of familiar with this sort of playbook when he was back at UCLA with Chip Kelly. So the way, you know, even I was able to ask questions about certain things that he's already, you know, gone through was definitely awesome. And, you know, having him in the quarterback room is really fun. And, you know, can't wait for this season.
There are a few things that come to mind about the new quarterbacks, about what some of them are doing well so far.
Yeah, you know, Zach and Jaden are new this year, and obviously this is kind of a difficult year to be a new freshman, you know, with the pandemic and learning a new offense and all. And I think, you know, both those guys have taken that head on and done a great job studying and preparing, and it shows in practice, you know, how well they study.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll move on to Trace Travers.
Yeah, Chase, when we talked to Coach Musgrave yesterday, he talked about the tight end room and you getting a bunch of different guys through there. How's it been kind of rebuilding that rapport, not only with Jake and Colin, but with some of the younger guys like Jake Muller and Elijah Maharo, Nick Alfton?
Yeah, no, it's great. The tight end room has done a really good job, especially, you know, the rotation they have going. You know, already familiar with Jake, Tonjes, Colin, and Gavin, and just getting Maharo, Alfton, and Jake Muller, you know, with those guys in with the ones and getting work in, you know, kind of feeling out tempo and timing and all that has definitely been a great job. And Coach Tui's done a great job with them.
How much does it help for you to have, you know, a group of guys who I think average about, they're all 6'4" at this point, give you a big safety blanket to throw to?
It's great. You know, having tight ends in the pass game is definitely, you know, a quarterback's dream, especially having a big target like all those guys, you know, having that big body to go over the middle and go take a ball off the top shelf. So I'm really excited for that tight end room.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Jake Curtis from SI.
Yeah, Chase, I assume you've started prep for Washington. Is that correct?
Yeah, we officially started game prepping today.
With 1 week left, do you feel the offense will be settled enough with the new offense to be ready for the opener?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of finished installing probably about 7 days ago. So we've been just kind of reviewing, you know, what we're going to run, and started today. We kind of focused on Washington, you know, what, you know, plays we're going to run against them.
How much of the install, I assume not all the offense has been installed yet. How much would you say has been installed?
Probably about, you know, 85%, you know, not the whole thing just because we've had a shortened amount of time, but a majority of the offense has gone in.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll go back to Trace Travers from Rivals.
Yeah, Jake reminded me with you guys were starting UW prep. What have you kind of seen from UW because you've played them twice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it similar to last year? I know they've got a lot of youth on defense.
Very similar to last year. You know, we're pretty familiar with UW. You know, our defense and their defenses are pretty similar. So we kind of see, you know, what we're going to see on Saturday every day, you know, with what Coach Wilcox brings to the defensive side. They had a couple key defensive linemen opt out and go to the draft. They always have good players in the secondary. You know, every year we played them, they've always had a strong secondary. So, you know, we're kind of familiar with what they're going to bring. You know, we just got to scheme it up to how we want.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask about the running back room. You've obviously got the seniors you know, older guys in Chris Brown, Marcel, Bradrick. How have some of the younger guys looked? The DeCarlos, Chris Street, Damian Moore.
Yeah. The running backs have done a great job, especially the younger guys, you know, stepping up. Running backs are a pretty tough position, you know, physically and mentally. So, I like what the young guys are doing. I think the older guys have done a great job, helping them along, answering any questions, when needed. And we're going to be pretty deep at running back. And, I can't wait for what that room has because, they're a special room and they got a lot of talent there.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go on to Owen Kaminsky.
Hey, Chase. Anything special planned with your brother, especially if he gets some snaps in at quarterback?
Well, if he is playing, hopefully Ziande and Cam Good can knock him out a little bit, give him a little taste of college football. But nothing special planned. We're going to see each other every game, and once that's over, it's back to our teams. It's a war down there, so the brotherly thing will kind of be on pause for about 2-3 hours.
Owen, anything else? Jackson Moore from 24/7.
Chase, just with the uncertainties in this season, are there any different ways you guys are handling the quarterback reps with you and Monster, different from a normal season?
I wouldn't say different. We've kind of always been, kind of in the beginning of camp, half and half, just, get everyone's feet wet. And then as, season starts to ramp up, kind of more so ones, and then the twos will get reps. And then, if any of us need more reps, we'll take it when needed. But yeah, definitely with the uncertainty, you saw Trevor Lawrence go down this weekend with a positive test. So, everyone in the room, in every room, each position group has to be ready for, what could happen.
Thank you.
Hey, back to Jim McGill from Barron Center.
Chase, can you talk about how the upperclassmen receivers have been this fall? Nico's obviously involved, and also Kakoa and Vaughn.
Yeah, well, I think, they've done a great job learning this new system. They were already, pretty good last year, and I think they all elevated and took a step up to, to where we need them to be in this offense. And I think they've done a great job, especially with a lot of new young guys at wideout, of kind of just, making sure they know the formation, because we got a lot of formations, know the formation, know what their assignment is on this play. The older guys, along with Coach Toller, have done a great job. And the older guys, we've had that timing and rapport, for about 2-3 years now. So, just translating that to the game on next Saturday.
And there were a lot of questions early on about the freshman receivers who was starting to make an impact. What stood out about that group in the last week or so as they've had a chance to be in camp for a few weeks?
I think this is probably the first time, that at least when I've been at Cal, that we've had a pretty deep freshman class at wideout, and they've all made, a tremendous impact early on in fall camp, especially, not having a full off season, to get, reps down, whether it's PRPs or, in the weight room with Coach Becton, with the different off season we've had. I think they each and every one of them have done such a great job in studying the playbook as well. Not only do you have to be physically ready, but you have to be mentally ready. I think, all those guys have taken a step up, especially these past 2 weeks mentally, and that definitely translates to how they play.
Any of those young guys doing anything special this last week?
Yeah, I mean, each and every one of them is making, spectacular plays. Mason Mangum, he's a fast guy and he uses his speed to his advantage. Tommy Christakos has done a great job. Aiden Lee, big physical body who can bully corners. And as a freshman, that's kind of intimidating to have an 18-year-old kind of bullying a senior corner. But and Justin Baker as well, a shifty guy, kind of similar to Nico. They've all done a great job. And Jeremiah Hunter, he's big body, likes to get the deep ball. I think he's had like an 85%, completion percentage on deep balls, which is unheard of. So a lot of those guys are making great plays.
Great, thank you.
Hey guys, anybody else with the final question for Chase? All right, looks like you're good to go, Chase. Really appreciate